Critique of Pure Reason by Immanuel Kant. Read by Peter Wickham for Naxos Audiobooks. Preface to the first edition, 1781. Human reason, in one sphere of its knowledge, is called on to consider questions which it cannot ignore, as they are presented by its own nature, but which it cannot answer, as they transcend every faculty of the mind. It falls into this difficulty without any fault of its own. It begins with principles, which cannot be dispensed with in the field of experience, and the truth and sufficiency of which are at the same time ensured by experience. With these principles it rises, in obedience to the laws of its own nature, to ever higher and more remote conditions. But it quickly discovers that in this way its labours must remain ever incomplete, because new questions never cease to present themselves. And thus it finds itself compelled to have recourse to principles which, while they transcend the region of experience, are regarded by common sense without distrust. It thus falls into confusion and contradictions, from which it conjectures the presence of latent errors, which, however, it is unable to discover because the principles it employs, transcending the limits of experience, cannot be tested by that criterion. The arena of these endless contests is called metaphysics. Time was when she was queen of all the sciences, and if we take the will for the deed, she certainly deserves, so far as regards the high importance of her object matter, this title of honour. Now it is the fashion of the time to heap contempt and scorn upon her, and the matron mourns forlorn and forsaken like Hecuba, lately queen of the world, rich in so many sons-in-law and children, now dragged into exile, helpless. At first, her government, under the administration of the dogmatists, was an absolute despotism. But as the legislative continued to show traces of the ancient barbaric rule, her empire gradually broke up, and intestine wars introduced the reign of anarchy. While the skeptics, like nomadic tribes who hate a permanent habitation and settled mode of living, attacked from time to time those who had organized themselves into civil communities. But their number was, very happily, small, and thus they could not entirely put a stop to the exertions of those who persisted in raising new edifices, although on no settled or uniform plan.